Good morning. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone you find yourself in. My name's Gluefoot. Amateur voice actor, motion capture artist. All over, frankly, a bit of a, what is it, dilettante? So someone who, like the bad version of jack of all trades, master of none. I don't know. Feels like I'm very diversified in my talents these days, but generally unfocused as well. But just the same. Yeah. In search of Alpha now. Wait, what? No, there was the Crystarium. What's Sook? In at Journey's Head. Wait, did I complete search for Alizé? I mean, I found Alizé. When last we left our heroes, I had found Alizé. But, I was, not... Basically, we learned that the Sin Eaters are, people transformed by the wave of light. And, so, you know, it's a bit tragic to put them down, in that there are many people afflicted by this sort of, like, pre-infection. And we want to help them as much as possible. You know. I do apologize for any grogginess on my part. I'm getting used to having two jobs. I'm working two jobs part-time because both of them are in food service. And one of them was not making nearly enough money to make me comfortable. I wasn't even making like 20K a year. And I did the math. Like my total income for last year was about like 20,000. And I was working, 9 out of 12 months of the year. So if I, bring in the extra little bit, that only brings me up to like 27,000, and that's being generous, I just had a lot of expenses as well. I had a big trip to Europe, which was very fun, but and I'm trying to do like acting classes for voice acting. So I have increasing expenses that are relentless because, say it with me, class, you cannot escape the profit motive. People gotta eat. As much as people may want to, like, live their virtues of providing good and accessible education to everyone, they still need to eat, so, classes will still cost sometime. Okay, well, anyway. Ugh. That's so expensive. What the hell? Alright, well, at least it's a Tuesday. Huh. Well, I'd have to request that last one off. That sucks. Oh, okay, cool. I don't have to actually do it Thursday. Okay. Well, yeah, so basically I started getting Tuesdays off for work by getting another job. So that I could, like, do classes, do D&D, and, like, just do other hobby and career building stuff. And so far the opportunity seems to be coming about, but I'm just too damn tired to deal with any of it right now. So it's getting there. We're slowly working on it. We must trust in the process. Anyway, what did you have for breakfast today? I had a chocolate waffle with peanut butter. I know, a picture of health right here. But I needed something real. I didn't have enough peanut butter to make granola last night, so I cannot be, in fact, granola maxing, as I like to advertise that I am. But alas. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my reverie? Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an Amaro for passage to Colusia. I will pick you out a friendly wealth. There I was expecting a Chocobo. Chocobo. Do you hail from one of Norvrant's more isolated settlements, perchance? I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. But here in the Cressarium, mounts like that gray fellow are far more commonly used. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding in Amaro, I think it best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zun worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend you while I ready the mounts. Brain fart. Had to figure out I was actually going the right way. God, yeah, this area is just so pretty. It's actually like a very perfect thing to be getting into in summer, I feel like. Just what with all the brightness and the daylight around. Happy solstice, by the way. We want to fly in Amaro to Colusia. Well, I suppose if Master Genmai is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with mounts shortly.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Oh yeah, this is the one where the rich live in luxury. Also, I want one for a mount. We are arrived. This is Cracked Shell Beach on the eastern coast of Colusia. You should be safe here, for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin-Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. Spy you that city in the distance? That is Oilmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale, and was once an ally in our battle against the Abominations. For years, the Olmoran elites have fancied themselves masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection, if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Oilmore is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in vicinity of the city. Understood? I'm glad we understand each other. Now, the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Eivor. Eivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Colusia, and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme. That will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amara until you are ready to return. Wouldn't the proper plural be Amari? And it just means, like, bitter? Amaro literally just means bitter in Italian. But it, like, came to refer to a set of drinks. But these are fucking sick mounts. Give me immediately. Let's check for an ether turn. Southwest? Oh, wow, look where we're heading. Hobgoblin? Ah, shit, what was I gonna look? I was gonna look up something. Anyway, I'm going to an arts festival this weekend. I'm pretty excited about it. Last time, I actually still have not hung up the art I got from last year's art fest. You know what? Sure. So I was gonna check what level these are. I think I'll try to cash in some XP for Monk while I can. I'll be like doing the quests on Dark Knight, then just switching to Monk to complete them, just to get like a little bit. Morrow Key. Ooh. Although it'll reset my job gauge. Do I want to? Do I really want to? I still need to do all of the, like, Monk class quests up to level 70. Yeah, I'm excited for the... I've been keeping up as much as I can without spoiling myself on the changes coming in Evercold, and I learned about Savage, or Hyper Mode, whatever. It's going to change up the class design a bit, and I'm eager to see where they go with it. I'm not going to say that it's going to be a slam dunk immediately, but, like, I'm optimistic. I think moving away... Like, I have not really experienced too much of the endgame meta, so I don't have the same fatigue with, like, the 2-minute burst window that other... that veterans do, rather. But, I'm eager to see where it goes. Did I make the coffee too hot? I think my palate's just changing. My other job that I started is actually at a cafe. I work in the kitchen, so I'm not like doing barista shit, but I still do get free coffee, free espresso drinks while I'm on shift, and that is a dangerous rabbit hole. I think part of my exhaustion is just like an increased caffeine addiction or caffeine dependency, because I've gone from having like. So to be clear, a shot of espresso has less caffeine than a cup of coffee. However, it's like half, but it's like a third of the volume, so it is more like caffeine dense. That being said, I've been going from like having 1 cup of coffee a day to having like basically the same amount, like 1.5 times the caffeine. At least like a few days a week, not every day. But given that I'm like depending on that to get through like the first 3 hours of my shift, because I start at like 6:30 in the morning, you know, I think that may be a part of my exhaustion. What are you after? Fish? Crab? I think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere, if you've got a taste for him. I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in the pan and it's like a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what is it I can do for you? Can't say there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Dude, that's actually sick. It's got like the horn. Alphino, eh? I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Oilmore's richer than all of Norvrant put together, but it's a very different story for them as live outside the city. Most spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. I can hazard a guess as to where he is now, get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's a fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a run-down excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there, and I'll see that Alphino joins you. Yeah, also, where's Midgard Stormer in this? Also, I did not... South? I should be able to see it. Okay, cool. Cool. Hey, welcome in, Mist. And thank you for using the Hildebrand emotes. I'm always happy to see those. Real quick, wanted to check something. What are the item levels here? 180? Okay. Because there was an armor set I got from... yeah. Well, I'm wondering what that screenshot is from. Isn't it from him trying to, like, pull himself out of the rock or something? Tabard of Aiming, 240? Why can I not... Isn't Dancer at level 60? Why can I not equip the level 240 item? Oh, because that's 255. What the hell's making it 180? Oh, it's the accessories. Okay. Got it. Still, I do like this outfit, though. Dancer outfits go hard. The face one is from the Endwalker branch of the quest. Oh, okay, cool. I'm glad that I was able to do that and just, like, not spoil it for myself, actually. That's kind of cool. And I mean that genuinely. That's like, oh, I just know that it's Hildebrand. Like, that's the thing, is Hildebrand is one of those, like, even with context things. And the point is arguably the experience, not necessarily the plot, you know? Like, you could have told me that the Heaven's Ward Hildebrand quest involved, like, a mammoth. Or, was that... No, that was Heaven's Ward, not Stormblood, right? Pretty sure it was Heaven's Ward. And that like, it involves a mammoth becoming his son. And it's like... That wouldn't have changed anything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Comfy saying it's from that branch of quest. This your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What'll you be having? Mead! A fine choice. And what'll you be paying with? Gil. Well now, these are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear, but I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity, and I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors. So we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. I can do dishes for you. Ah, here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence, snoring, like as not. Do that for me, and you can laze about here as long as you like. Well, I'll take exterminating over doing dishes any day. At least, if I'm a Dark Knight who has a big fuck-off sword. This is a really nice garden. I'm gonna salt the earth real quick. This will have no effect on the crops whatsoever. Ground is void of all life. Nah, it looks fine to me. Pre-seasoning, yeah. I made green curry the other day, and I'm really happy with it. Basically, I had a bag of spinach that was like kind of expiring. And I'm like, okay, take that, some broccoli, ginger, onion, garlic. Roast what can be roasted. I should have roasted the broccoli, actually. I only steamed the broccoli. But I think roasting it in the oven with the other aromatics might have been better. And then blended it all together. I put a lot of ginger in it. Now I like ginger, but I won't deny that this curry is like, it punches you in the face with ginger. And again, I like that, but I'm like, I definitely went overboard on this. Like, I put in as much ginger as garlic, volume-wise. No response. Maybe you need to knock louder. That wasn't a louder knock, Auden. No response. Perhaps the occupant is hard of hearing. You hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. Yeah, and then, like, once I'm, when I get a minute, because I haven't tonight, might later today, I was actually just gonna, like, cook the green curry some more, just try to get some more color on it. And cook it with some paneer. And then you have palak paneer. Yeah. Also, to be clear, I did season the curry. I seasoned it with garam masala, turmeric, cinnamon, salt, pepper. So it doesn't just taste like ginger. Oh, and some cayenne pepper. Not too much, though. Your good-for-nothing caretaker wasn't there. In Gate Town. Outside Oilmore. You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? Here I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. Yay, more mead. There was a meadery where I used to live. back in like COVID times. And it was so good. They like, I don't know if they added it or what, but they had this mead that had a toasted marshmallow
And how is
flavor.
business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, hey, Alphino.
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Why are you taking so long to reveal him?
'Tis good to see you, my friend.
And you too.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alphino, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
Alright, well, don't keep me waiting. What have you been up to?
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu.
Oh shit, that's right.
It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. The time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Yeah, it's been like... I was more worried about you.
Huh. Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before. I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may.
Yeah. So, my
It
physical
would be nice to
body
bring
is
her good
not in
tidings for a change.
the source, right? Like, I successfully transferred fully to the first.
But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity.
I agree.
Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
Okay. Formless and deadly.
Which can only mean one thing.
Black Rose.
Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more.
Yeah, that evil look
Gaius
from
was
the Emperor at
adamant
the
that
end.
the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course.
We have to wouldn't we just have to destroy the Empire at that point?
In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail.
I'm interested to hear this theory, but I want to take a crack at it.
But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat.
Darkness
One being
wins in the
Sin Eaters,
source.
of course.
Yeah, light winning here.
They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered.
Stranger in Paradise, maybe? Is that anything?
That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
Yeah.
And so we take to the road once more.
Oh yeah, because Chaos is just the like general antagonist in Stranger in Paradise, right? Hold on, let me put on my headphones. That even get me much? It's only like 200,000, right? Oh, that's actually not much at all. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. Crush on him since he keeps calling his name, yeah. If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come, from here we must head west, then cross a small bridge. I really need to get a standing desk. I will say, something that has been nice about working this new job is that I'm standing the whole time, basically, except on my break. I actually also get a 30-minute break, which, you know, is nice. Because it's hard to, like... I don't want to, like, defend a company violating my rights as a worker by not giving me a break, but it's like, there is genuinely no good time to take a break at my night job. That's a big boy. Lucia seems peaceful, does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think that whenever calamity struck the source, a reflection of such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. No, get away from me! Over there. Quickly, someone's in trouble. Manic Madame. I thank the fates yet. Look out! Oh, that was the unmovable thing, not the interrupt. Oh, my poor heart. Thank you, strong sir. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings. But I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you all right, madame? Just a few bruises where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I knew there was no one left to hear me scream. Not that I let it stop me. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gates has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone, lest you make the Sinita's task any easier. Thank you again. You saved my life. Now, I'm sure a strapping lad like you has little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's not to be had here but cobwebs and memories. Okay, my tail appearance changed. I swear that looks different. 'Tis as the lady says. Many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. Should the Sinitas descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Well, I found your sister, and I know that they're the result of, like, people who've been infected by the light or whatever. Ah, yes. Alizé would be well qualified to speak on the subject. Compared with Almarang, Colusia is almost a haven. But, as you saw, we cannot let our guard down. Had you arrived but a few moments later, the Sin Eaters would have claimed another victim. Still, we have won a small victory this time, at least. Now, shall we press on? We need to return to the road where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. I should do a playthrough of New Vegas. I don't know why that came upon me suddenly, but I'm like, I should replay New Vegas. It's so fun doing doing an unarmed. Like, I think unarmed was probably my favorite build to do, just because the shotgun fist exists. Trying to think of what builds I haven't done. I've done energy weapons. I don't think I've done guns, actually, before. I've done, like, melee. Did unarmed. In terms of, like, combat ability, the energy weapons one was, like, a science kind of one. Oh. Yeah, I didn't see all these leading up there.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond. This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who hope to be chosen to live in the city proper.
And none of them will.
Ah, I thought I recognized you. Brought a new friend, eh?
Begrimed bloke. I love their taste in alliteration.
I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
Beg your pardon?
He's not here to compete. Leave him be.
What? I was only making conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please!
Oh, I was gonna look up the price of Warhammer minis. I was reminded because it's like, oh, that's a Harlequin. Harlequin, Warhammer, Warhammer, Custodes.
Greetings to our hopeful petitioners, one and all.
Jungler.
Yulmore extends
Oh
its
boy, that's a hell of a
warmest
name.
regards. Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine.
Oh, they're just exploiting the locals for labor.
We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes, and life in the city will be yours to enjoy, even on days when fish is not on the menu. Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We may not at all.
Fish, is it? Was there anyone?
What about that?
Oh boy, if only I had leveled culinary into 70.
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame. It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon.
Yeah.
A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates.
Oh, I see what
The
you
only
did there.
way the common folk can enter this perverted paradise is if they fulfill the whim of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
It's a bit twisted.
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back. Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in a city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
Okay. Well, at least the other people don't get jealous.
Just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident. For you.
Ah, hello!
Enjoy.
Thank goodness.
I see, so they're not so nakedly exploiting them that they piss them off.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well. Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity, yet the whole arrangement just seems...
Meal green is people?
Let's just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Alright. Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. Dubious privilege of residency must be won via contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet, from what I have seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I've tried to propose ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that, well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. Oh, and what are we cooking here? The meal? A large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks. Meal, you realize, float in the otherwise plain broth. Preoccupied petticoat. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of life that awaits me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? Still here, are you? Can't blame me for wanting a slice of Yulmore's pie. If you ask me, that you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make a home for yourself here. Gate Town's not much to look at, aye, but at least it's safe. And the meal is the best thing I've ever tasted. Noted. Seen what Gate Town has to offer? These people can no longer fend for themselves. They've become dependent on handouts of meal, and believe Yulmore is the answer to all their woes. But no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive of any other way of life. Disapprove of you more. It is difficult to make a final judgment without first seeing the city's inner workings. Mayhap it is that uncertainty which always makes me feel so ill at ease here. Not that it matters. However unjust this system seems to me, if these people claim to be content with their lot, it is hardly my place to criticize their choices. But take that elderly lady you rescued. Does it not seem that those who have chosen to forgo Yulmore's largesse are doomed to suffer for their independence? In the end, they are all but forced to seek the refuge in Gate Town, and so hamlets and fields across the island are left empty and untended, hastening the region's descent into ruin. Nay, I'm not convinced that Yulmore's generosity truly serves the best interests of Calusia's people. I'm not so naive as to think there is some miraculous solution to all of this. Yet I cannot help but frown at the sight of hard-working villagers struggling to survive, even as the chosen few rejoice at being plucked from poverty by the hands of a capricious noble. There has to be a better way. I will not know for sure, however, until I have taken those long-delayed steps through Yulmore's gates. 'Tis fortunate that you arrived when you did, Arden. I've been working on a scheme to insinuate myself into the city, and if all goes to plan, it should soon come to fruition. There is a beast tribe who makes its home in the seas surrounding the island. The Ondo they are called, though you and I know them as Sahani. For the most part, they keep to themselves in their ocean grottos, and barely have dealings with land dwellers. But as Tataru took such great pains to impress upon me during our stay in Kugane, business favors the bold. And so I reached out to them. I duly discovered that the Ondo are inordinately fond of land-grown produce, fresh fruits in particular, and when I offered to procure such goods for them, they promised to pay me in pearls. An attractive business venture for a prospective investor, would you not agree? Surely even the most jaded Yulmorian lord would have time for a merchant who can make pearls from plums and pumpkins. Ah, the profit motive. Here we go again. Yes, I've come a long way since my days of buying samurai swords without first negotiating the price. My appointment with Yondo is due to take place in a few hours. I just need to collect the produce and meet with them on the shore. Might you help me make the exchange? Excellent. I should be glad of your company. First things first, then. We must pay a visit to Mushomoa, my supplier in right. Come, it is just northwest of here. Oh? And who are you? Ether current. Go. North. I probably won't get wherever that is for a bit. Oh, maybe. Let's see. Let's see if we can't find it. Sorry, I'm just testing. It's probably not the best idea, but I'm just testing the 7 key on my Razor Naga. Northwest? Yeah, so no. Not getting there anytime soon. But like sometimes it double clicks when I'm only doing like a single click of the button. It's kind of annoying. Other times it's just not clicking at all. Yes, you know, like I'm just holding the button down and it's being considered like repeatedly pressed. Although that might be a thing with how Final Fantasy interface or like reads inputs. Island Rail. Register with the locals, attune the aetherite, do the dishes, the usual. I should watch how Wooly is streaming Final Fantasy XIV. He started doing recently, and that's kind of interesting. But... bleh. Sorry, I'm just really feeling like the fatigue from this week. Is there something I can do for you, friend? Good day to you, Mushomoa. This is my associate, Arden. We're here to collect the produce I purchased. Eh? I loaded your lackey up with goods not long ago. My lackey? I know of no such person. Mr. Lad, short blue hair? No. He said he'd come on your behalf, and since he seemed to know all the details, I just assumed... Oh, confound it. Someone must have been eavesdropping on our conversation. If the charlatan was here not long ago, he cannot have gone far. We should split up and search the area. You find a vantage point on the south side of town, and I shall take the west. Yeah, because we came in on the northeast. I guess that makes sense. Oh, excuse me. Yippee, it's already been an hour. This is where I would put ads if I had any. I actually don't mind not having ads. I mind not making money. Because income is nice. You know, gotta eat, but I understand that, like, this is not... I literally only stream right now. I have had so much other content in the oven for so long that it's actually, like, become irrelevant and expired. Not that I can't make it relevant, but, yeah. Anyway, point being, like, for example, like, I have a short with, like, the door maker in Slay the Spire 2, and the door maker is now just gone. Search the surroundings for a male mistle with short blue hair. You may move the camera, as well as zoom in and out. Target a likely suspect and inspect him with the left mouse. You've located your quarry. Aden, any sign of him? Yeah, he's over there. You've a keen eye. Let us move in before he makes good his escape. Nowhere to run.
There you are. The thief who claims the harvest on my behalf. Hand it over.
Well, forgive me. I have to get into the city.
No, you don't. You need to burn the city down.
I have no family and all my friends have already been chosen. No one here gives a damn about me. When the meal gets handed out, I'm lucky if I get a smell of it. No matter what I do, they won't call out my name. I'm so tired, I'm so bloody hungry. I thought maybe I could steal your idea, get in that way.
See, that doesn't work because they don't know you. The Ondo don't know you.
What is your name?
Kai Shear.
Tell me then, Kai Shear. Must it be Yulmore or nothing? What of the Christerium? They may not offer charity, but you would be fairly compensated for any work you did.
No, it has to be Yulmore.
Why?
That's where all my friends are. We made a promise that we'd live together in paradise.
That's not paradise, friend.
I was to make my deal with the Ondo at the Clave. Listen carefully, and I shall tell you my plans for the business, and how best to arouse the Yulmoran's interest.
Well, you're still kind-hearted as ever.
You'll give me your place. Just like that.
I'm giving you a chance, nothing more. What comes of it is entirely up to you.
I understand. Oh, thank you.
This was but one path. There will be others. But for young Kai Shear, it was the difference between life and death.
But still, why does he feel that
I
way?
do not regret my decision. Yet I will admit that a part of me wonders if it was for the best.
You're gonna find out. I get the feeling.
We strive to bring swift salvation to this world. That countless lives might be saved, not least your own. Even if it came at the cost of one man, should I have forged on regardless?
Depends on what you thought to gain. But, yeah, that's just not your nature.
I suppose not. Were Estinian here, he would most likely scoff at my soft-heartedness.
Same old Alfino, ever the slave to sentiment.
That's pretty good.
But I thank you for your kind words nonetheless. Let us see to it that both these stories have a happy ending. Shall we return to Ride then?
Yep.
Is that...
Oh?
I can't be sure, but I think someone's in trouble.
Is it Estinian?
Come on, they may need our help.
Alright, off we go again. But I got some... Speaking of the low energy, though, I'm also just reminded that it's like, yeah, I got some blood work done yesterday, and I have low vitamin B12, but that was, like, the only abnormal thing. So we'll see if that actually changes anything, if like, I'm at the point in my life where I need vitamins to, like, just fix the little cog that's, you know, fixing the squeaky wheel in the machine. Vermont Yards. Holy shit, that is a big bison. Why is all the hair underneath? Weakened wretch. Again with the alliteration. That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. No harm will come to you here. Oh, the poor man is shivering. Pray, keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. He was kicked out of Yulmore, I bet. Thought for certain I was dead. How am I ever to repay this kindness? To settle for the tale behind your current predicament, why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristol. I was invited into Yulmore to work as an artist. The wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Vothry's city. Within days they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the God's damned ocean. Not there. How were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment. Oh, without a second thought. When Lord Vothry passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Yulmore, his word is law. The more I hear about Yulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first we should convey Tristol to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. Way into the city. Oh, does he think that there's a way into the city from, like, the sewers or something? Are we going to infiltrate the city? The Zima style? I am wondering what the hell you are. Okay. Pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Yulmore, insofar as I am able, at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to the stomach, but since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. Yulmore and Elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want. And if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly, after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided. But I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession. And I'll keep you in my prayers from now until my dying day. Let me get a sip of water. I need to make sure I'm hydrating. I was very dehydrated yesterday. Because it's just so damn hot out. Ugh. Okay. They say kindness is its own reward, but Tristol has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with the brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I would hope. As for you... Well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, mayhap you could post my assistant? Then it is settled. All we need to do now is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Alright, Gate Town. Is there not a... Nope, I just have to walk there. Okay. Well, I still need to go back to all my old VODs and, like, number the quests through the patches. Which is gonna take a while. Also, I should be recording this. There we go. Missing an hour of story, but it wasn't terribly telling. Once I figure out how to record separate audio tracks in OBS, I think you just need to like tick some boxes. Not like terribly difficult. But then I can separate my voice from the stream audio. If only you were able to do the same for visual channels as well. That would be nice. Here they come. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention once more. For today it's been for the folks at our door. We welcomed a peddler who made pearls from a plum, and now we've a place for a painter a plum. So come along and don't be slow. It's time to let your colors show. I can paint. Portraits, at least. Landscapes and still lifes are so rarely commissioned these days. Oh ho, I thought I spied some new faces in the crowd. What fortune that you should feel at ease around an easel. Feel at ease around an easel. What proof have you of your prowess? Any masterpieces on your person? Sadly not. Everything I paint is soon sold, such is the life of a working artist. I have only my brush to testify for me, though you will note it has seen no small amount of service. Aha! Ho ho! Flecks of paint, both old and new, a tool much loved and much used. Not a prop to be conjured on the hop. Very well, come with us and we'll put those talents to the test. And who's this hanger-on? Well-wisher or parasite? Why, this is my assistant. He whose unfailing support allows my art to flourish. I will go with him, or not at all. Parasite, then. We shall leave his fate in the hands of your new employer. It matters not a whit to us. And having filled our latest vacant space, we retire to Yulemore's sweet embrace. Oh, mercy me, the meal! We almost took our leave without leaving a loving token. We must empty the sacks ere we make our way back. Yeah! Ha! I love this stuff! Ah!
Redemption is beyond us. The lament of all but saints and fools, and the comfort of the lords and ladies of this accursed place. Once they held fast against the madness, only to embrace the coming cataclysm and delight in the end of days.
Huh. Okay.
Perhaps in rapture they seek to lose themselves and the misery they share.
I have like a pimple in between my
Or
nostrils.
perhaps for them alone,
That's really
the
annoying.
promise of eternal pleasure really does hold true.
As it itches. Then the promise of eternal pleasure does really hold true, eh? Well. Vinci Lue. Do you need something? What do you do here? Oh, I've lived here for ages. 10 years at least. It was my mother who brought me. Well, she's dead now, of course. Funny. I want to feel sad to think of her, but I don't. Don't feel much of anything anymore, really. I suppose there's not much point to it. I have nothing. Nothing to love, nothing to hope for, so why bother? I know I'll never get up there to you or more proper. I'll live here, stealing your scraps, and then I'll die here. That's all. Damn, that's sad. Jongleur. Welcome, welcome to the city of final pleasures. Feel free to weep at its magnificence. No? Not even a single tear. Moving right along, then. Our first task is to register you as residents. You know, make it all nice and official. We'll smooth the way, so you just need to put on happy faces and head through to Joyous Hall. The Bureau of Immigration is in the first room on the left side of the passage. Declare your name and occupation in a nice, loud voice. Clerks will tell you where to go from there. Oh, and pay no mind to those folk off to the side of the road. Much like the hopefuls in Gate Town, they haven't earned the right to enter the city proper. If, however, you enjoy basking in the envy of your fellow man, then by all means take your time. But why waste another moment? Go, enjoy the beginning of your new life in paradise. It looked much smaller from farther away. Bureau of Immigration, was it? I suppose we'd better show ourselves willing for the time being. But no, it's all here. Oop. Gotta go around. You now have access to the Ethernet at the Glory Gate. Welcome to you, more fortunate friends. May I have your names? I'm Alphino, an artist, and this is Odin, my assistant. Ah, yes, I was informed of your imminent arrival. We can forego the usual interview and begin processing your registration papers forthwith. Now, the citizens of Yulmore are divided into two classes. There are the free, who are blessed with favor of Lord Vothry, and the bonded, who work in the employ of the free. You'll be joining the ranks of the bonded. Your duties are to serve a patron in the capacity for which you were chosen. In your case, painting pretty pictures. Should your patron dismiss you for any reason, you must find another sponsor among the free, or accept work as a general laborer. I see. And might you tell us of the patron we are to serve? The two patrons, actually. Chai Muse and Dulia Chai, a mystical couple who mostly refer to themselves as the Chais. They are both gentle souls, but I would ask that you conduct yourself with respect and humility, for your own sake as much as theirs. Now, a moment, please, while I complete the relevant paperwork. All in order. These are your registration documents. Take those papers next door and submit them to the clerk. Once they've been stamped, you will officially be Yulmoran citizens. Enjoy your new life in paradise. And are you of the free or are you bonded? Welcome to the Bureau of Registration. Papers, please. have we here? Alphino, artist. Arden, artist assistant. To be employed in the service of Lord Chai Nuz and Lady Dulia Chai. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Your registration is hereby approved. I think it best that we deliver you to the Chai residence before... Oh dear. You smell hideous. Did you crawl here through a ditch? It's like an unholy miasma of dust and sweat and the musk of some unwashed beast. Proceed directly to the delousery next door and scrub yourselves clean. Use whichever showers are free. After you've rinsed away all that stench, I want to splash yourself with this perfume liberally. Once you've made yourself presentable, then you may proceed to the Chai residence. Cornen, the guard by the stairs, will give you directions. I hadn't realized we were so aromatic. You rinse yourself clean in the steam of water. Not even gonna wash my armor. Maybe you should draw the curtain, buddy. You apply the perfume as directed, and the delicate scent of roses fills the air. Oh, you've showered and dressed already, have you? Is that... Oh, that is to say... seems rather exposed for one's ablutions, does it not? What would Estinians say? Alize would have been drying her hair by now. Wouldn't she just? Very well, I shall endeavour to emulate her boldness then. Courage, Alphino. Oh, he's a shy pisser. Oh, that was bracing. I believe the lingering smells of the road have been successfully expunged. Shall we go and present ourselves to our new patrons, then? Yeah. I always keep looking because I'm, like, greedy. I want to know when my next ability upgrades are. They're really just Living Shadow at level 17. Makes sense, I guess. You're looking to present yourselves to the Chais, are you? Let me explain how this city's laid out then. Imagine 3 layers, one on top of the other. This layer here is called the buttress. Above us is the understory, where the military has its headquarters. And above that, you've got the canopy, which is where the free citizens of Yulmore spend their days. If you want to find your new patrons, you'll need to keep climbing until you run out of stairs, then look for the Grand Dame's parlor. They'll be in there, like as not. Alright, yeah, but, like, when can I get to the, Oh, there's the Aetheryte. Okay. I was like... I have Aetheryte to explore. What the fuck? We'll investigate that later. It's a lot of stairs. Probably like 6 stories. I see. Special permission is required to use the ether rate. Okay.
Oh, who's this then?
Lord and Lady Chai, pray forgive our intrusion. I am given to understand you were in search of an artist.
Okay. Pulling out the stops.
You must be the new,
Oh, goodness me. What an adorable boy.
Oh boy.
That silken hair, those pearly cheeks, oh, and you even smell wonderful, like a bed of flowers.
Okay, this is not weird at all.
I approve of this one, dearest. I am positive he will paint us the most delightful pictures.
Yes. Well, as long as he paints better than that talentless wretch we sent packing last week.
Yep, that figures.
Wonderful, wonderful. Welcome to Yulmore.
Alphino.
Alphino, if it please you, my lady. And this is my assistant.
Your assistant? I've heard of folk bringing in family members, but this seems a bit irregular. Aren't you a little young to have a protege?
I'm more of a bodyguard.
We are family in all but name, my lord. Though we share no blood, we have stood by each other through life's many challenges, resolved to prevail together or not at all. Of all people, 'tis he who best understands my work. With his unique insight guiding my hand, the art I create is sure to satisfy your expectations. Once the picture is begun, of course, I shall have no need of constant encouragement. And so I wondered, rather than him being in your way, might it then be permissible for my assistant to explore the city he has so longed to see? Out of gratitude for his priceless contribution to my art, I thought it only fair that I make this humble request on his behalf.
Alphino working that hustle.
Oh, did you ever hear of such devotion? Of course your assistant must have his wish. He shall be free to roam to his heart's content.
Why, thank you.
Isn't that right, darling?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course, dearest. Quite right.
You don't approve. Interesting dynamic they have. Now you have the opportunity to experience more. I suggest to take most of it. Explore the city, top to bottom. In other words, I would start with the canopy and go from there. Try wandering around the market stalls, mayhap. Such places are usually filled with colorful characters, only too eager to share local gossip with a friendly visitor. I would appreciate it, of course, if you could share any discoveries with me in turn. We should both learn as much as possible about our new place of residence. Oh, hello there. A fresh register, are we? You seem a little lost. Oh, she purdy. Well, 'tis lovely to make your acquaintance. Speaking of acquaintances, you wouldn't happen to have run into my attendant in your wanderings, would you? Big, strong lad, long hair tied back. He was escorting me on a shopping errand when I realized I'd dropped my handkerchief. And now I've been waiting here all alone while he's been off searching for it. I'm not terribly fond of being alone. If you do see him, I would be obliged if you could pass on this message. Forget the silly handkerchief and return to my side at once. Brenda Sue? Ah! Yeah, let me help you, buddy. Oh, Wicked White, that was too close. Oh, thank you, friend. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come along. I was trying to rescue my lady's handkerchief, you see. The wind must have blown it over the edge, but luckily it caught onto something. If I could just stretch out far enough. You risk your life for a scrap of cloth. It's not just a scrap of cloth. Not if it belongs to her. I'll risk my life and more to spare my mistress but a single moment of sadness. When I first came to Yulmore, I thought only of improving my lot in life. There's so much more to this city than wealth aplenty. There's no war here, no conflict. Residents all treat each other with warmth and respect. My mistress has been ever so kind to me, and I can think of no other place in Calusia where I could possibly be happier. Sorry, I might have got a bit carried away. I find it hard to stop when I start counting my blessings these days. Please, you should come with me to meet my lady. Once she hears of your deed, you'll be witness to her generosity firsthand. I already did. She sent me to find you. What? Lonely, you say? Oh, curse my clumsy feet. I must return to her immediately. My accent was all over the place there. Slipping between Cockney and, like proper. Suzzy Joe. My attendant has told me everything. I'm so very grateful you were there to offer your assistance. You value him highly, then. As if you were a member of my own family. I could not live the wonderful life I lead without him. We free citizens owe the bond of our unending gratitude. Mayhap in another society our different standing would breed prejudice or resentment. But in Yulmore, a most glorious measure is in place to avert such unpleasantness. Part of that measure requires that the free surrender their fortunes. Upon registration, all of our property, financial, intellectual, or otherwise, is given over to the city. In exchange, we are provided with ample funds and commodities to live a life of pampered luxury. Being liberated from the concern of earning coin has an almost miraculous effect on people's outlook. There are no rivals to compete against, only fellow residents with whom to enjoy over our tranquil existence. Now, if you'll excuse us, I must see that the markets have to offer as a reward for the return of my handkerchief. Oh, and I've not forgotten you, of course, our courageous messenger turned rescuer. Let's talk of relying on the bonded, and I haven't given thought as to what your duty might be. I hope I haven't interrupted your work unduly. A tour of the city, is it? Then you must really visit the beehive. It's always buzzing with activity. Local humor. Anyway, a lady by the name of Tista B has her seat near the entrance. She'll gladly speak to you on any number of topics, assuming you find yourself on her bedside. Artisans. Disciple hand or land level 70 and above. Oh? Welcome to the beehive, my little drone. Seeking the sting of excitement to liven up your day? I can tell when folk are new to our happy colony. It's the nervous fluttering, you see. Always gives them away. Why don't we play some cards to set you at ease, huh? A quick game of high or low. It's simply a matter of guessing who has the bigger hand. If you win, I'll grant you a single favor. Within reason, of course. Interested? Let's play. Three cards for you, 3 cards for me. You flip one of yours over, and I flip 2 of mine. Now, what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? I call high. You're going with high, then? Right, let's see what we've got. My cards add up to 14, and you have a total of 12. Sorry, honeybee, but this match goes to me. That's what I like to hear. Let me shuffle the deck. Now, what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? You're going with low, then? Right, let's see what we've got. My cards add up to 16, and you have a total of 13. Yeah, I'm just sort of guessing based on the first 2 totals, and then assuming, like, even distribution. Congratulations, your guess was right. Usually I'd concede defeat at this point, but what do you say to a rematch? One more win, and we'll talk about that favor. Oh, okay, so we have to play. Now, what's your call? Will your total be higher or lower than mine? It's like a 50-50 shot, honestly. Because assuming it goes 1 through 9... is probably... It's hard because there's 3 cards left, right? But these are all in, like, the middle range, but these 2 are slightly lower, so it's likelier that all of these are higher. All of the unflipped ones. Nope. God damn it. 17, 15. Do I have to win 2 in a row against her? That's... Oh, come on, mine's gonna be lower. $14 versus 12. Well, I guess low, it's correct. Well, 50% win rate ain't bad at a guessing game. That's all. How delightfully wholesome. But if knowledge is what you want, then that is what you shall have. In my humble estimation, the most wondrous thing about this town is how safe we are from the Sin Eaters. They say Lord Falthree was born with the power to command them, which means no Yule Moore need ever raise a weapon in defense of the city. Was that the kind of thing you wish to know? If your itch still needs scratching, you might get a few words out of a Tharn over there. There's not that Merry Sot likes more than the sound of his own voice. Glad they have the male dancer up front. What's up? New to Yule Moore, you say? Yeah, only just arrived and you're already looking to peel away the layers of mystery. Oh, I'm all for chatting. But you need to slow down and enjoy life, my friend. Tell you what, you can hop up on stage and give us a dance first. And then we can have our little talk. Can I Manderville Mambo? No, not acceptable. Oh, on that stage. Okay, well, I'm still gonna try Manderville Mambo again, just because I can. This is a pretty good view of the area, though. I'm gonna need a break in a minute to get some food. And I need to make sure I'm still hydrating. No? No dice? Alright. That's the way. Dance like this now tomorrow. Now that was a show. You're welcome to clamber up on stage anytime you like. So, what was it you wanted to ask me? Ah, yes, something about our fair city. Well, I can tell you it wasn't always so peaceful as it is today. The Umorn army may be the very essence of military might, but even our forces saw grievous losses in the war against the Sin Eaters. Things changed for us. Around 20 years ago now, when the old ruler's son came to power. He's got this way with the Eaters, you see. Turns them docile as house cats. I wouldn't be exaggerating to say they've become something of an ally to Umorn. No longer an enemy to be feared. And yet, elsewhere, there are still fools who insist on fighting their losing battles. Ha! A toast to Lord Vorthry. You gained a preliminary sense of the city. The Chais and Alphino will be expecting your return. Okay, can I use the Aetheryte yet, please? Ooh. Oh, you've returned from your jaunt around the city so soon? You needn't have hurried back. Young Alphino has yet to put brush to canvas. One cannot rush good art, I'm told. Or good artists, apparently. Ah, finally. Oh, that's a banger outfit. I've put together an ensemble out of garments you chose. Is this satisfactory? Oh, goodness gracious me. That last outfit was precious, but this makes you look positively dashing. You are truly a handsome boy. However am I to decide? I don't recall this being part of the artistic process. Exactly. The lad is an artist, dearest, not a dress-up doll. About time we set him to work for the reason we called him here. Must we? I do love a good painting, but I thought since we were enjoying ourselves so thoroughly... Well, I'd not... Just to say, as long as you... Just make sure you give the lad time to prepare. You know who will be upset if he's not ready to paint at a moment's notice. Whatever you say, darling. So, shall we pick out some jewelry next? Let's go through the collection. Wonderful! Lady Chai has a very particular sense of beauty, apparently that extends to how I should dress while painting. This obsession with hers works in our favor. The time I spend indulging these distractions is time you can use to continue your explorations. For this excursion, I'd like you to delve into the layer below us, safe about the military headquarters. I'm sure the understory has its own tale to tell. Still need permission? Yup. Materia. Script, collectibles, blenders. Oh hey, another Dark Knight. Augmented Lunar Envoy's Greatsword. It's a neat, well, let's look at the other armor. Alright, the understory. Wrong way. Here we go. Okay, so this is the military headquarters, right? You now have Ethernet access to the mainstay. Nuts board. Unable to accept any of the bills at present. Bye-bye, ankles. Holden. Did I figure out the name they have for Aura here? Haven't seen you around before. Are you a newly bonded citizen? You're here to fetch something. You'll want to speak with Shai Sot in the storage room over there. Storage room. Oh. Hi? What's wrong? You're one of the bonded, aren't you? Like me. Please, I need your help. My throat, I can't sing anymore. I've been making excuses, but it's just not getting any better. My patron thinks of no use soon, then... I need you to sneak out to the derelicts and describe my condition to Thorvik. Here's a list of symptoms and a hunk of meal to pay for his medicines. Please, I have no one else to turn to. Grunt all you like, but whatever you do, don't lock me in here when you leave. Cheeky. Is this just more storage? This really is just more storage, okay. Sort of an odd layout. That should have been like a lift or something. I need to watch the new season of Free Run. I haven't seen it in a bit, but like the animation reminds me of the like Magic Shield and just how well developed the magic is without needing to be hyper specific. You know? Wait, can I actually just go out there? Oh, no. I don't need to go to the canopy. Just for Lara Smooth. Oh, there's an Amaro Keep over there. I should actually go say hi to that. We have Mar for hire if you're interested. Actually, before I forget, let me add your name to our register. That way you'll be able to come back here anytime you like. See you soon. Saw a video yesterday that was like, you should try a Midwest accent for furbolgs in D&D. And I'm like, that's actually genius. Furbolgs are like the perfect Midwesterners. You need medicines, tonics, potions. A cure for an ailing voice, is it? No. No medicine will cure this. He thinks your songbird has a lump in her throat. Must be cut out. Excised. And even then, the voice may never heal completely. Poor little songbird. Will they kick her from the nest, I wonder? Or simply silence her, chaps? Oh, your face. You didn't know? Of the many hopefuls who enter the city, very few are ever seen to leave, even as corpses. Oh, you might see one or two fortunate fools hurled from the balconies, but the rest? Gone. Town of nightmares it is. Not for this ship's wreck, oh no, no. I am content to scurry around down here and nibble on the crumbs which fall from the table. This consultation is over. You have my verdict, and I have my meal. Good day. Well, you're a bit of a shitter. Did you get my medicine? You have a voice nodule. Vocal nodule. So that's it. What am I to do if I can't sing? Ah, there you are, my sweet canary. Have you been crying again? Don't tell me your voice is still not on the mend. Oh, generous sir, have mercy. I've done all I can, but even the apothecary said... But I've had to have surgery to remove it. So, you've been suffering all this time? I'm sorry, my pet. I hadn't realized your affliction was this grave. But you needn't fret. I'll not reward your hours of trilling by casting you out to the street. You are too kind, sir. But what use am I if I cannot sing? I fear the day I become more burden to you than treasure. And I shall have a word with Lord Vothry, and arrange for your ascension. In that paradise where resides neither pain nor illness, with your song ring out clearly once again. Or mayhap you think it a step too far. No, you would do that for me. Of course. Why, I would almost wish to hasten my own ascension, knowing your blessed instrument was waiting there to greet me. Oh, it's a religious cult. Sounds too good to be true. Ah, you must be a new arrival to harbor such doubts. Allow me to allay your suspicions. As all know, the Sin-Eaters exist to devour the sinful. But also do they serve to gather the souls of the innocent and shepherd them into the celestial paradise. It is through Lord Vothry that we learned this truth, it is through Lord Vothry's grace that the free people of Yulmore are destined to embrace salvation. We are blessed to spend our days surrounded by love and merriment, until at last we are called to our final rapture. Even the bonded may find a place within that host, should their patrons deem them worthy.
Lord Vothry truly is a great man, isn't he?
Now, if you'll excuse us, we must be on our way. May you find eternal salvation for the compassion you have shown my precious canary. That's evil. That's capital E evil. This Vothry guy's got to go. And thus we continue our walk. I really just wanted to see if that door opened. That's not bad. It's good to see you back. You were taking so long, I began to worry about something had happened. I began sketching an outline for the portrait, but... nay, the chies appear otherwise occupied. Will you share what your investigations have gleaned thus far? So, Lord Vothry boasts some manner of influence of the Sin Eaters, does he? That would explain the reverence in which he is held by the citizenry. And as for this ascension business, I cannot help but be put in mind of that apothecary and his ominous remarks. If so many folk have entered the city over the years, then where do they go? Sin Eaters carry them off to make more Sin Eaters. I take my eye off you for one moment and you're chattering away with that assistant of yours. Am I to assume the outline is done, then? What in the blazes? It's so unflattering. Explain yourself, Alvino. Where's your artistic interpretation? It should evoke images of affluence and nobility and overwhelm the viewer with its boundless beauty. Oh, Chai, you stated this portrait was to commemorate your anniversary. Yours being a joyous union, it seemed to me that a realistic portrayal... Realistic? I don't want realism, I want perfection. A spectacle to slacken jaws and weaken knees, to make people cry out in amazement. Now, fetch a blank canvas and... I say, did that come from above? Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Tale to make you quiver and your noble blood freeze. There was a villain on the loose, set to ruin our fair city. But our Lord has got him now, and his fate will not be pretty. Yes, the hammer of justice is poised to come crashing down, and one and all who'd watch it fall are invited to join his lordship in the offer. How content. How dreadful. And this man is to face sentencing. That's right. In fact, if you're curious, it might be worth you going along for the experience. The offer they mentioned is part of the Emergent, the level above us, where Lord Vothry resides. Ordinarily, you would be barred from entering, but it seems they'll be opening its doors for the next little while. The Crown Lift will take you up there. Let's not dawdle, then. Let's see what you have to say. But please be a voiced cutscene. I need more water. Oh, real Jabba the Hutt type.
That's him. That's Vorthri. He's attended by sin eaters. But how does he keep them from attacking?
Placates them with human sacrifices.
Mercy! Mercy!
Is this the guy I saved earlier?
By the 12.
Oh no, it's Tristal. Or not Tristal.
Kaishia, what happened to you?
Who are these impudent louts? I do not recall requesting their presence.
Lord Vorthri, what is the meaning of this? Why is this poor man bleeding to death on your floor?
Why? You ask me why? Because criminals must be punished. And this man is guilty of fraud. He came to us, claiming to be a man of business. Yet his subsequent conduct has shown him to be anything but. Yulm is a city built on love for one's fellow man. Those who have naught to give and live only to take are a blight upon our society. To atone for this crime, I ordered that he fling himself from the balcony.
Ooh.
And he had the temerity to weep. Please, my lord, anything but that. What then is a man of mercy to do, but offer the sinner another way to show his contrition?
Another way? Meaning what exactly?
Sin eaters are part of Yulmor's society, but they must be fed with ether. Living ether. So, I demanded an offering of flesh, carved by his own hand, from his own hide. And still, he could not do as I asked. A wholly unsatisfactory performance.
Tis true that Kaishia won his place here by fraud, but his actions were driven only by a desire to share in your paradise. That you would cast him out I could almost accept, but to humiliate him thus, to demand his very life? Is this truly the way of Yulmor?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, you dim, deluded child. Have you ever paused to consider what it takes to maintain such a paradise in this barren, broken world of ours? The guarantee of safety and stability. The knowledge that if one only abides by the rules, one has naught to fear.
Well, I've heard that one before.
I alone can offer these things, for I alone can command the Sin Eaters. And thus am I alone the voice of justice, and any who oppose me, villains to be punished.
Ooh, yeah.
And people
Good Dark
call this
Knight moment.
paradise.
You were granted a place in my city for a particular skill. What was it?
Painting.
An artiste! Then you shall paint a picture for me of Yulmore. If I find your art pleasing, then I may excuse this display of insolence.
Okay. Oh, good to know you can still use magic here.
Who gave you permission to tend to that criminal's wounds? I told you to paint me a picture!
What you need is a mirror, not a painting. It will capture the horror I see before me far better than I ever could.
Get his ass.
Can you walk?
I think so.
Did that little worm just insult me?
Wow, you really lagged on that, my guy.
I'll kill them! I'll kill them all! I'll enslave their minds! I'll torment them! Torture them! And tear out their hearts!
This is actually one of the best voice acting performances I think I've ever borne witness to. Oh? And who's here on the side? Forgive me. In my anger, I seem to have marched us back outside again. Though it is probably best we leave the island together. I believe we've worn out our welcome in Yulmore. In any case, I've seen enough of the world's self-proclaimed capital city to convince me that our battle against the Sin Eaters will find few allies in Clusia. I will accompany you back to the Crystarium. We need to regroup and think on our strategy anew. Kaishia, I have done you a grave disservice. You were hungry and desperate, and I offered you a solution without once considering the risks inherent in you accepting it. If I had but known the price you would be made to pay. You gave me everything I needed to make your idea work. It was me who made a mess of things, not you. But even after all the trouble I caused, you still stepped in and saved me. And now Lord Vothri wants us all dead. Why not come back with us to the Crystarium? I'm certain we can find work for you there if you are willing. No, that would just be me leaning on your kindness again. I need to do some thinking. Learn how to stand on my own 2 feet. Very well. But you must promise you'll be careful. Yulmorans may yet come looking for us. I'll keep my head down, don't worry. And you take care too. Give me the chance to repay what you've done for me. Alphino. Lord and Lady Chai. What in the blazes did you do? They have the entire city looking for you. I took a peek at your unfinished portrait, Alphino. Now, I've had many a beautiful and striking picture painted for me, but there was something about your work. It was as if you had caught the very essence of our love and rendered it naked upon the canvas. It was bold, unflinching, and I adored it. Please, you must come back with us and finish what you began. I will speak with Lord Vothri and vouch for your character. I'm sure we can smooth over any hard feelings. I am sorry, Lady Chai. There are more important matters to which I must attend.
More important? What could be more important than enjoying the days we have left to us to the fullest?
Giving us more days to live. Pray, press me no further. We are leaving. But I would not presume to take the garments you were so kind as to procure for me. One moment.
I wouldn't hear of it. Keep the clothes, you silly boy, I insist. And I shall make arrangements so that you can pass through the gate without causing a stir. I expect you to come visit.
I will return, I promise you that. The outrage I witnessed must not go unanswered. Next time we meet, I shall be better prepared to confront the corruption which hides behind the glittering facade. Yeah? All that glitters is not gold, must you give your pound of flesh. You know, just tying together disparate parts of Merchant of Venice. I guess we'll get to the rest of this later then. Oh. I should get on leveling Beastmaster, actually. I don't know what level I need to be to start it, but... Thank you, my friend. Staying at my side through this whole sort of endeavor. That's not quite the joyous outcome I had hoped for. Our efforts have nevertheless answered a great many questions. Suffice it to say, our plans for saving the first are unlikely to involve the aid of Lord Fothry and his subjects. Come, we must speak with the Exarch and chart a new course. This is far from over. Okay, go to the dorsal gate. Alright, and cutscene again. It is good to be back amongst friends. In such company, I can finally turn my thoughts to the future. But ere we discuss all that we have learned and begin planning our next step, I think it best that you visit Alizé. A familiarity with Amarang will no doubt provide us invaluable insight, and besides, I know she is eager to see you as I was. Bring a smile to her face, Arden. Oh, I thought we were done with her quest line. Hold up. In at Journey's Head? No, I misled myself. Dang it. Alright, well, we get a bookend with Alizé. I'd love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. 101 things to need doing. I'm sorry, but do you mind waiting here with Alizé? What, and twiddle our thumbs while you work yourself to death? Surely there's something we can help you with. I could do with a hand, it's true. Thank you.
You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alize. While we do that, could you attend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. Names are Ponil, Torin, and Halric. I may not give much in the way of a response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Thank you. Torin glances up at you blankly. You notice the tension in his face ease slightly. Alric remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin is hardened into something akin to plaster. It's pretty far along. Seen the patients? How are they? Good. That's good. I knew they would enjoy meeting you. I am concerned about Halric, though. I'll have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. We shall have to leave you to that discussion, then. I was going to take Arden to Mordsuk if you have any errands that need doing. Well, I suppose there is one thing. Would you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Kassad's caravan just passed through, so Ron should have some fresh fruit. Come then, Arden. There's something I want you to see. Right after we stop at Ron's stall, of course. Alright, Mordsuk yet again. I got so absorbed in Alphinaud's questline that I forgot that I didn't even bother to check if Alize was done. I just didn't see the marker on the map, so I was like, oh, it's fine. It was not fine. Oh, back again, are you? You need another taste of Ron's wares. Actually, we were looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock?
Ah, yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one. Free of charge.
Odds, I've never seen a moored merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh, yes, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Oh, no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. The worms, if you please.
Only the best wrigglers for you. Come again, my friends.
Right, that's our shopping spree taken care of. Let's head up to the Aetheryte to the main tower. You I want to show you may only be seen from its very top. Did I not already go up there? Past the Aetheryte to the main tower. Right. Oh, hello. Sorry, I'm still holding a water bottle in one hand. Really just trying to get the hydration taken care of. Here are your precious worms. That buys us a trip to the top of the tower, does it not?
Glazed wrigglers. You actually bred them. I really shouldn't let you, but just this once, all right? Only once.
Never fails. Shall we?
Look, over there, where the wall is broken.
I hadn't even
Do you
noticed
see
that.
what lies beyond? That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty white nothingness.
Like the burn.
Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought, it's Halric's favorite fruit.
Oh.
Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true.
And there's no way to reverse it.
Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn. Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals. I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough.
So I didn't know that Tesleen knew that this was
But
last
it's a
meal
war I
order back
mean to
at the
wage,
family.
nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons.
Yeah, it was the best we could do.
But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield. So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here. And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless. On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
I'm glad I was able to show you that. When it comes to understanding the catastrophe which befell the first, one glimpse of the empty wasteland beyond the wall is worth more than an hour of Urianger's lecturing. And I needed you to know beyond a doubt that Tesleen has no other choice. Nectarine would be a kindness. It isn't just a threat posed to others. When a person becomes an eater, the pain appears to be excruciating. Hares are truly fond of their wards and would spare them that suffering. It is their way of fighting back against a fate worse than death. No, I mean, I have no doubt that, you know, it's ultimately a mercy. If only because, you know, Sin Eaters kind of, for the necessity of survival of everyone else, need to be hunted. You're back. I hope you had a nice time. Did you manage to find a nectarine? Thank you. Alice has explained why I wanted this, has she? I can see it in your eyes. We may not have need of it just yet. I spoke with the others and we've decided to keep an eye on Halric for now. Thanks to you, though, if his time does come suddenly, we'll be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days. Well, nothing is going to happen for a little while yet, so let's see if we can't lighten the mood. We don't want our gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time for that welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat, I'll make us a nice stew. Hell yeah, getting ready for stew. I need to make Belgian stew. I have a recipe for it. It's not too hard to make, but I just need some stew meat.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
Yes, please.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Hopefully not poison.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
Wait, is that the Tataru voice actress? I'll have another bowl then.
That's what I like to hear. Give me a moment to warm up the pot. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here.
They still use the same unit of measurements here.
Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death. When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one. It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place.
Yeah.
I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
He's still a legend
The
here.
Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it.
Huh.
Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea. Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
You might be surprised.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
They're coming.
Oh no.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
He's gone. He's going to turn. Auden, Alize, we have to go look for Halric. I don't know what's gotten into him, but if he's wandering out there alone... We'll assign search areas and split up. Any idea where he might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before. But it can't be a coincidence that the other patients are so suddenly agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Halric isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Please, Halric, please be alright. I'll cover the north and west then. You take everything from here to the south. Roger that.
Just gonna outrun you. Not worth fighting. You see no sign of Halric. Maybe he went further west? Ancient lizard. Yeah, that shit looks like a tadpole. You scan your surroundings in search of Halric, and suddenly find yourself under attack. Given follow. Oh wow, I wonder if oh boy. Okay, well I got the lizard. Fuck off. You can't hurt. I don't think you understand. Okay, maybe you can. I'm not bad.
Any sign of him?
Was he that sin eater that I killed back there?
No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far. We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon, you can be sure they will.
Oh, that's a big one.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones.
Yup.
Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
Hell yeah. This is why I like you, Alize.
There it is!
Is that... Oh no!
Oh, fuck.
Halric!
This is lean. Holy shit.
We have to run!
No.
name. No!
We all deserve happiness, wherever we can find it.
Oh no.
The time left to you is precious. No one should die in pain. Mother, I...
Oh god, the way her face contorted. And Halric is just standing there. That is horrifying. Oh. Noises are just... Oh.
No, 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 no!
Oh no. Still had some of her consciousness left. That's fucked. Oh. Oh, that was rough. Not a word out of you, huh?
I'm sorry, Arden. Tried to tell the carers what happened, but I can't be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this. It's just so unfair. Jasleen was always cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain. All the people in the world suffer such a fate.
I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate what you're doing here. Me, I can barely... I don't have the words. Without a body, we can't even give her a proper burial. She cared about that sort of thing. About giving people a chance to say their goodbyes. Alric is as unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up into the sky where the Sin Eaters made their escape. Alize, I've spoken with the carers.
Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them. To me. I'm sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? Hurt? It wasn't even a fight. I was too late. Too slow. And I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. I'm sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course, just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course. She would have done the same. Farewell, Halric. Keep Teslene's words close to your heart. Wait, you're leaving this very moment. I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes. And a purpose. This damned light. Building without cease. It's the reason we can't save those corrupted by the Eaters. What if we corrected the balance? Even if it were only little by little. Even if it took years. It would surely make things better. Now, hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's right. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can still use the skills I gained here to hurt them. Speak with Alize at the Red Sarai. Okay. Alright, and back we go. Retracing our steps. I wonder if the skybox changes when we're done with this. Like how we bring balance back to the first and kind of what goes on. Forgive me, Arden. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against this blight with kindness, I must fight it in my own way. With steel. Miss Alize, is there anything I can get you? Your swiftest tomorrow. I need to return to the Crystarium. Immediately. As you wish. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Armorang again. Barely gotten the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help to clear my head at least.
I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're ready to wipe the Sin Eaters out. Shall we? And back we go. Alright, let's enter the Ocular, talk to the Exarch. Yay, both of them are back. Thank you for seeking me out, Arden. It meant a lot to have you there at my side. Looking at Duff now, I'd say he's as eager to begin this discussion as I am. I say we lay our experiences before the Exarch and step back to see what kind of picture they make. Then we can decide where to go from there. Please be a voiced cutscene.
And so you return?
Yep.
Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Better is not the word I would use. Some lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness.
They feed on living ether.
Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist.
Is Vothri one of them?
Just as an ant colony will perish in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
I have a feeling Yulmul might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters. Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience. He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
No,
Agreed.
probably not.
Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens. Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th Umbral Calamity.
Are you sure that eliminating the Wardens will be enough? Doesn't seem like a permanent solution.
Your uncertainty is understandable, given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then.
Nice.
In the ancient past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds. This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first.
Yeah.
Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially. Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy.
As it has here with the light.
Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence.
This is what caused the previous
If the
Umbral
element in
calamities.
question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold. As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme. until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds. What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source.
Yeah.
At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations.
Yeah, makes sense.
These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities.
Yep.
7
already knew
times
this.
has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
Six, 12. Or sorry, 5, 12, 2. Might have that backwards. 3. That was a nice one. I wasn't paying attention to these elements. Water. Dark.
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Northrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky.
Yeah.
Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
Do we know how many there are?
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
Oh boy. Can you explain on the way, Alpha?
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
Why?
My lord.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
Huh. Okay, let's see what they have. Hallminster Switch is the north of Lakeland, so we'd best make haste with our preparations. In fact, meet me outside the Crystarium at the crossroads northwest of an Accensor Gate, and I shall lead you there myself. Okay. So the Light Wardens are sort of like nexi of, or nexuses, yeah, nexi of light ether. And So that's what we need to, like, watch out for. By destroying them, we essentially reduce the amount of light ether. But again, I don't feel like it doesn't, like, bring balance to this world. Like, it's not a long-term solution. I'm not seeing the end game here, unless that is the thing, is that it's like, I thought the Sin Eaters were a result of the Light Eater, or the Light Wardens were a result of the Light Eater taking over, not the cause of it. Ah, here we go. I was wondering where that would be. Fort job. Okay. Gemstone trader? There you are, Exarch. Let's get going. All set. If we follow this road north, we'll arrive at the northern staging point. The village itself lies not far beyond. Quickly now. Probably a good idea to stop in Fort Job. Okay, I don't get any more roll abilities, which is nice, because then I don't have to learn any more roll abilities. Forest of the Lost Shepherd. What do you do? Welcome, traveler. I'm an authorized trader representing the crystalline mean with acquisition of bicolor gemstones. If you find yourself in position of any sort of gems, I'll give you offer you a faster in exchange. Region's Gemstone Exchange. Bicolor gemstones can be traded for a variety of rare and exclusive items. Successfully completing local fates will allow the delivery of more valuable goods, increasing the number of items available for trade. Cool. Alright, let's attune ourselves in Aetheryte. Fortunately, I don't have to go into work today until a little bit later, so I can afford to stream for like another 15-20 minutes. I need to make sure I get gas and pick up some meds though. Can't stream forever. Simply longer. Okay. Tomorrow for hire. Sorry, I'm looking up the Smiling Friends, bro, I knew I liked you, dude. Oh, someone made a Lego animation of it. I'll watch that later. Okay, anyway. Now that we've done all of our chores here, let us keep going. Raktika Great. what? Yeah, I'm not gonna make you run, but we're gonna use the choke bow.
Ether card. I must have.
Alright, moving on. Okay, this is where color blindness definitely screws me over. Are these flowers like blue or purple? I don't fully understand. Also, I love how it's like, oh, momentarily dark. Psych. No nighttime for you. So I guess saves them from doing a full like day-night cycle. They just have to do some luminosity modifications. They don't need to actually worry about the lighting at night. Also, we have passed the point where we can play any of our other classes because none of my other jobs are level 71. So, well, none of my other combat jobs are level 71.
Holminster switches past these gates and through the woods. There's not exactly a near neighbor to the Crystarium, but as we occupy the same region, built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? The town is beset by a swarm of unlike any we have seen in recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villagers, but many as half remain. Judging by the number of eaters present, we have good reason to believe that a Light Warden leads the attack. How convenient. It seems we'll have our chance to slay a Warden sooner than we expected. One does not simply slay a Warden. Has no one told you what happens if you defeat one of those fiends? They hold more light inside them than all of their underlings put together. It can be struck down, aye, but its essence won't dissipate like the weaker kind. Vile ether will billow outwards and envelop the nearest living being, a reckless young swordswoman perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden.
Ah, I see. Well, seems like a task for a dark night, eh?
Ah, well, you can leave that particular quandary to us. I must ask that the guard to stand down and allow us to engage this leader of eaters alone. Concentrate on the survivors. We must save life every way we can. But what if... Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I will not watch you brave such danger without an escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you. Very well. Then our warden-slaying party shall include myself, the Leveilleurs, Captain Liner, and last but not least... He briefly looked directly at the camera. A formidable group indeed. Into Holminster we go. Once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. Duty support, okay. Sorry, I'm reading something else for a moment. Borderlands 4. Ooh. Complex route is a reward in Borderlands 4 this week. Interesting.
Weapon 1, Mimicron, Cal's Harbinger of Annihilating Death. New Bounty Pack. Child of Terramorphous. Okay, form a party and enter... What? Oh.
Very well.
Leave this to me!
Very well.
Leave this to me!
Guard captain
Very
and
well.
all-arounder. I guess he can tank.
Leave
the
this
units,
to
too.
me!
Okay, cool. I have the average item level needed. Can I not register for duty? Hello? There we go. Commence. Hello. Probably the Light Warden we're looking for. Oh, nice. Something actually broke my shield for once. See how well I can manage the wall to wall here. Okay, maybe not so well. Ah, no, we're doing all right.
Time to redeem myself. I will not yield.
Oh, did Alize went down? Oh, shit.
My thanks.
Maybe could have done roulette for this. Let's see how this goes. Okay, noted.
Thank you.
Couldn't quite get through the shield. Alright, now we switch to single target. That down too. Alright, good to go. Oh, this is a long gun. Let's move on to our first boss. Are you not a light warden? Giving distance. What are you like for? Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so we're just back to bullet hell now. We might go back to that. Oh, tank buster. Well, maybe save my team. What's gonna go on here? like variation.
Let's give them a go!
I think Tank Buster is coming up soon. I don't think I can realistically read that. Alright, good enough. Clear the wound. Arrive in the arm. On to the next group and just try to keep oh boy. Oh, hello. Oh, those were the guys. Starts. I think I missed a treasure coffer back here, actually. Sorry, but I have to be looking. It's in the contract. What contract? Don't worry about it. Amulet of cooling. Interesting. Also, I can remove these now that I'm not trying to, like, nab the period and stuff. I didn't realize I was level 6 to 7 here. Oh, I can't move on. Not of like 500, but it's there, so. Oh no. Clean, isn't it? Yep. Not sure I got that confused one time, but...
You underestimate me!
Okay, I'm one. Okay, enter through.
Jose, you've gone pale. I'm fine. You should be better.
Oh. Really? I like how finally I'm at a point where Black is kind of like fully cross every time, and then I'm like always getting the opportunity. This feels really good to get the free and the darkness. That's what dead yet. And now it's time to go wake Tuesdays up. I'm not doing this. Alright, finally. Arrived in the Manor House courtyard. Where the Light Warden is, most likely. Given Alpina's assessment of the suffocating info. cutscene? Huh. Not what I thought you would look like. Pretty cool design, though. I like it. Might feel this fire like it's like, many times that was the always okay. I'm not really remembering that thing. I'll at least get out of there. Probably need it. Ow, that was not nice. I see, so it wants you to, fit this using not this.
We can't die here!
Okay, finally done. Okay, glad I could finish off the dungeon. And then we'll go and wrap up this quest and we'll call it a day. frequency of the light
It's
wardens.
releasing its ether! Fall back! We cannot let it touch us! Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw!
That will not be necessary, Captain. Though I
fine.
appreciate your concern. The eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether relinquished by its predecessor. But now we have a way to contain that corruption.
What is it, Heidelin's blessing that lets me
The
do that?
blessing of light. And the hero who wields it now stands before you.
And I'm just able to do this. It does nothing to me. I find that hard to believe. Oh.
Behold, the monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
Because I'm able to consciously wield the ether. Breaks the sky. Damn. Alright.
It can't be.
What's happening?
It's so beautiful.
Blackest night.
The sunless sea. The warrior of darkness has come.
You're welcome.
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah.
The night sky. As it should be.
Who are you people? You killed a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true. My lord?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing. For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness has returned to the mantle of night. Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete. Though darkness has fallen here, the other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains. Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion.
Alright.
Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But, be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will. I swear, on my life, I will one day atone for that deed, but for the present, I beg you stay and see this fight to its conclusion. Cast down the Wardens, and restore darkness to the first.
I'll become the warrior you need. Probably, honestly, I have no choice but
On
to fight
behalf
with
of the
people more
first,
trustworthy.
I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, Exarch, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
Because he's Graha. I don't believe for a second that he's not. Is that cope?
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll. Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Well then, I'm sorry for pressing you. It's a family failing, I'm afraid.
One which has served us well more often than not. Needless to say, we will continue to fight at your side until the last Sin Eater is defeated.
Come then, my warriors of darkness. Let us gather the surviving villages and make our way back to the Crystarium.
All right. How quickly you have justified my faith in you. So many lives saved, the sky itself heralds your success. A single victory in a larger struggle, perhaps, but a momentous one nonetheless. Now, as for how we proceed from here... The villagers we evacuated earlier have arrived safely at the Crystarium. They seem to be accepting their situation for the moment. Most folk are far too distracted by the sky to worry about lost wounds or homes. They whisper and wonder if the Warrior of Darkness has come. 'Tis to be expected. Aden, I must ask a favor of you. Would you be so kind as to conceal your involvement in this endeavor for the time being? Seeing the light proceed from Lakeland is a momentous occasion, and many will be swept up in a maelstrom of excitement and confusion. Should you come forth as the legendary Warrior of Darkness, I fear that, no matter how good your intentions, such an appearance would throw the city into disarray. I find myself in agreement with the Exarch, though my concerns are more focused on Yulmore. It may be best if you maintain a low profile until we see how Vothri responds to all of this. My thanks. Though we cannot freely celebrate your success, pray allow your heart to be buoyed by the joy of our citizens, a joy you surely brought into being. Ah, and I must ask the same discretion of you, Captain.
It is my intention to share with our people the tale of a great warrior who stood in defiance of the Sin Eaters. This unnamed champion defeated the Light Warden and has since departed for parts unknown. Yes. As you wish, my lord. Your penchant for mystery is nothing new, and I will encourage folk not to question this either. Although I expect to be told the whole truth of it one day. About all of you. That settled, I shall return to the Crystarium and make an address to the people. These explanations and adjustments will consume much of my time, so pray take the opportunity to rest and recover from your exploits. And to think, you'll not even need to shutter the windows and enjoy a dark and peaceful night's sleep. I must stay behind and coordinate the evacuation of the remaining survivors. And I hesitate to ask after all that you've done here today, but could I ask you to pass on a message on your way to the Pendants? Please let Bragi know that we're bringing in a number of injured, and that any restoratives in the markets need to be reserved for the infirmary. We should start making our own way back to the Crystarium. Slowly, mind you. It wouldn't do to arrive so soon after the Exarch. I'm staying behind as well. There's something I need to check on in Holminster. We already went through the village top to bottom, Alizé. We should all take the chance to rest, you included. I knew one of those eaters, and I can't rest. Not now. So please, I wish to be left alone for a while. And that means you as well, Aden. I shall be cross if you try to follow me. I promise to find you later, when I feel myself again. Just you and me then, shall we? Okay, cool. I can just... Oh, excuse me. Head to the Crystarium. Did they up the time for turn from 10 to 15 minutes? Alright. That's where I'm going to leave it for today. I need to go get food. Hope you had a good time. I'll see you sometime next week, if not for final. Well, if not on Monday or Tuesday, then some other time. Not on Wednesday though, because I think I'm still scheduled to work a double shift then. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching this far. Yeah, if you managed to watch this far, comment tank stance again. Actually, no, comment chaos. Because of our earlier discussion about Stranger in Paradise. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, get some food, get some hydration, get some sleep if you need it. I'm gonna go stretch. Thank you, and goodbye.